Welcome to Unknown Crimes, where we explore the murky intersections of fame and scandal. I'm your host, Layla Johnson, and in today, we turn our attention to Sean Diddy Combs, a cultural icon known for his music and entrepreneurial ventures. Yet beneath the glitz and glamour lies a troubling history marked by serious allegations of abuse. From accusations made by former partners to legal battles that have raised eyebrows, we'll delve into the complexities of Diddy's public persona and the darker realities that accompany it. Sean Combs has built an empire in the entertainment industry, but his relationships have often been fraught with turmoil. Numerous allegations have surfaced over the years, painting a disturbing picture of his behavior behind closed doors. Former partners have spoken out, detailing experiences that reveal a pattern of manipulation and violence. As we dive deeper into the allegations surrounding Sean Diddy Combs, it's essential to highlight the voices of those who have come forward as his alleged victims. Numerous women have shared their experiences, revealing patterns of abusive behavior that paint a stark contrast to the public persona he projects. One of the most notable allegations comes from former partner Cassie Ventura, who has spoken about her tumultuous relationship with Combs, detailing instances of manipulation and emotional abuse. Cassie Ventura's relationship with Sean Diddy Combs has been described as tumultuous and unhealthy. During their nearly 11-year relationship, Cassie faced emotional manipulation and control. She has publicly shared that Diddy often exerted power over her, leading to a cycle of dependency and fear. In 2018, Cassie filed for a restraining order, alleging physical abuse and emotional trauma. Her experiences highlight the struggles many face in abusive relationships, especially when intertwined with fame and power dynamics. Ultimately, Cassie's journey reflects a powerful narrative of resilience and the importance of breaking free from toxic environments. But in May, surveillance video that showed the hip-hop star grabbing, shoving, and kicking Cassie during a 2016 argument were released by CNN. The footage matched allegations the singer had made in her lawsuit, and Combs later issued an apology, saying, "I take full responsibility for my actions in that video." Kim Porter. Although she did not speak publicly about abuse during her life, some reports have surfaced posthumously regarding their tumultuous relationship. Sarah Chapman. Allegations have emerged concerning her relationship with Diddy. Jennifer Lopez. Their relationship was high-profile and reportedly tumultuous. Nicole Narain. She had a brief relationship with him that ended on a rocky note. Dawn Richard. She has discussed conflicts and challenges during her time with Diddy. Lil' Kim. Their relationship has been rocky, particularly over past disputes about credit and treatment. Chaka Khan. She has criticized Diddy's parties and their chaotic atmosphere. There have been allegations involving male victims as well. Notably, some men have come forward with claims against Diddy, including Khalid. Allegations have surfaced regarding abusive behavior during their interactions. Usher described his time at Diddy's house as having some uncomfortable moments. He mentioned feeling out of place in the adult atmosphere, which included flirtatious interactions that were a bit sexually activity overwhelming for a young teenager. Justin Bieber has expressed feeling uncomfortable around Diddy in the past. During an incident at a nightclub, Bieber felt Diddy was being overly aggressive, which made him uneasy. Stevie J has made allegations against Diddy, claiming that Diddy was involved in abusive behavior. Stevie J has accused Diddy of various forms of abusive behavior, primarily stemming from their past collaborations and personal conflicts. The tensions reportedly escalated over issues related to business dealings and personal relationships, particularly with women in their circles. Stevie J has expressed his frustrations in interviews and on social media, suggesting that Diddy's behavior was problematic and reflective of deeper issues. Joe Budden has spoken about Diddy's parties, often highlighting their extravagant and chaotic nature. He has referred to them as wild gatherings that can be overwhelming and sometimes uncomfortable. Budden has suggested that the atmosphere at these events can lead to drama and tension. During police investigations at Diddy Combs' house, they reportedly found items associated with party activities, including drugs, various substances linked to recreational use, alcohol, large quantities of alcoholic beverages, sexual paraphernalia, items indicative of the sexual nature of the parties, weapons, firearms, which raised legal issues. Sean Diddy Combs, a hip-hop kingmaker and 3-time Grammy winner, who was arrested in New York City and has been indicted on federal sex, trafficking and racketeering conspiracy charges. Combs was jailed and ordered held without bail. The music mogul is charged with racketeering conspiracy and sex trafficking. The indictment against him lists allegations that go back to 2008. He's accused of inducing female victims and male sex workers into drugged-up, sometimes days-long sexual performances dubbed freak-offs. The indictment also refers obliquely to an attack on his former girlfriend, the R&B singer Cassie, that was captured on video. The Bad Boy Records founder is accused of sexually abusing and using physical force toward women and getting his personal assistants, security, and household staff to help him hide it all. Prosecutors say he also tried to bribe and intimidate witnesses and victims to keep them quiet. In court papers that they had interviewed more than 50 victims and witnesses and expect the number to grow. A conviction on every charge would require at least 15 years in prison, with the possibility of a life sentence. The indictment describes Combs as the head of a criminal enterprise that engaged or attempted to engage in sex trafficking, forced labor, interstate transportation for purposes of prostitution, drug offenses, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. It says he then would use force, threats, and coercion to get the women to engage with male sex workers in the freak-offs, elaborate and produced sex, performances that Combs arranged and recorded, creating dozens of videos. He ensured their participation by procuring and providing drugs, controlling their careers, leveraging his financial support, and using intimidation and violence, according to the indictment. It said his employees facilitated freak-offs by taking care of tasks like travel and hotel arrangements and stocking them with such supplies as drugs and baby oil. The events could last for days, and Combs and victims would often receive IV fluids to recover from the exertion and drug use, the indictment said. During the searches of Combs' homes earlier this year, Diddy's sons briefly returned to his Los Angeles mansion to grab their belongings, just hours after they were led out of the residence in handcuffs during a raid by federal agents. Justin and King Combs were seen separately leaving their father's Beverly Hills home late Monday night before hightailing it off the property to an unknown location, according to TMZ. The brothers did not spend much time in the home, with Justin arriving around 10:30 p.m., and his brother showing up a few hours later. Both Justin and King were placed in cuffs earlier that day as the Department of Homeland Security swept the mansion. That neither son was arrested. Diddy. His private jet's last known whereabouts was the island of Antigua in the Caribbean. Homeland Security agents also raided his Miami. Law enforcement seized narcotics, videos of the performances, and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant, according to prosecutors. They said agents also seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 AR-15s with defaced serial numbers in his bedroom closet in Miami. Allegedly, Combs choked, shoved, hit, and kicked people, causing injuries that often took days or weeks to heal. His employees and associates sometimes kept victims from leaving or tracked down. It alleges that Combs used explicit recordings as collateral to ensure the women's continued obedience and silence. He also exerted control over victims by promising career opportunities, providing and threatening to withhold financial support, dictating how they looked, monitoring their health records, and controlling where they lived. As the threat of criminal charges loomed, Combs and his associates pressured witnesses and victims to stay silent, offering bribes and supplying false narratives of what happened, the indictment. Combs was sent to the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, a place that's been described as hell on earth and an ongoing tragedy. The facility, the only federal jail in New York City, has been plagued by problems since it opened in the 1990s. In recent years, its conditions have been so stark that some judges have refused to send people there. It has also been home to a number of high-profile inmates, including R. Kelly, Ghislaine Maxwell, and cryptocurrency fraudster Sam L. Bankman-Fried. A judge denied a request by Combs' lawyers to let him await trial. Under that, he offered up the house arrest at his $48 million mansion on an island in Miami Beach, Florida, but denied and remained in jail until his trial. Combs is being held in the special housing unit, removed from the general population, at the notoriously rough Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. Sean Diddy Combs. New normal way of living is a far cry from the $50 million bond package Combs' lawyers put together in an attempt to have him await trial on home detention in Miami. Correctional officers deliver SHU inmates 3 daily meals to their cells. Combs was served either Swedish meatballs or a black bean burger for dinner following his arraignment, according to MDC Brooklyn's food menu. His sides included egg noodles, green beans, a garden salad with dressing, and a 16-ounce beverage. Another menu from the Federal Bureau of Prisons shows what meals Combs can look forward to in the 2025 fiscal year. Reoccurring breakfast items include fruit, cereal, breakfast cake, skim milk, and coffee. Combs will be allowed a minimum of 1 hour per day in the recreation area, in addition to time spent outside his cell for various programming functions. He is permitted 3 showers per week. SHU inmates also receive daily visits from members of their unit team and medical and psychology services, as well as regular visits from various other departments such as education and religious services. SHU inmates may send and receive mail daily, Monday through Friday, and can make phone calls. They are also allowed visitors. He would have agreed to weekly drug testing and the keeping of a visit log to be submitted nightly to pretrial services. Also, Combs would not have access to a cell phone or internet. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to subscribe to Unknown Crimes for more riveting stories.